Yeah, we're still down at the beautiful card merchant West City. With second place in today's regional qualifier, Ewan. Ewan, what'd you play today, bro?
Today's regional qualifier? Last weekend's.
Shh, it's Saturday. Keep it up.
We played MIKANKO and we came second, which was honestly the biggest surprise. I was not expecting that.
I don't think anybody was, because they didn't read your cards.
Yeah, no one read my cards, and then I just OTK'd them, you know.
Oh wow! So let's get into it.
We're playing 41 cards.
Yep.
Very clean list. We're starting with the 3 Ohime. This is the best card to open in the deck. It searches any MIKANKO card and it puts monsters or equip cells in the graveyard for you to use later. Nothing else to say about that one. We're running the best card, 3 Huli. This card is insane. Once it hits the field, you either win your game, or you just win the game if your opponent can't out it. It stops your opponent from targeting any of your cards, which is just ridiculous. And it also searches the trap on equip, so max on that. We're playing 2 Hare. You don't need 3. You don't really want to open this much. Really, you don't want to open many monsters. 1 at max. And this is good because if you search it out, you can search any equip spell. It gives you get to extend, you get more bodies on the field to whack into your opponent's monsters while you're hitting yourself. We're playing the 1 Nini. This is only good going first or in grind games. You bring it out, take an opponent's monster. Snatch steals are pretty nice. And you'll see in the side deck, we run a very spicy card that goes with this and combos really nicely. That's it for the main MIKANKO monsters. Running 3 Lava Golem. This card does everything. It tributes 2 of your opponent's monsters, get rid of all your annoying towers, negates, so you can keep playing the game. Massive 3k body, and it burns for 1,000 every standby phase. It just does everything you want in this deck. Running 3 Kaiju. Oh, there it is. 3 Kaijus. We weren't running Kaiju Slumber in this build, so I've put it back in since then. But we really just want to be able to tribute as many of our opponent's monsters with them not being able to do anything. So that's why we have the 3 Kaiju and the 3 Lava Golem. This is 3 Ash. I don't have them on me today. Hand traps are okay in this deck. Honestly, I've kind of moved on, preferred the full going second build running no hand traps, so it came up a little bit, but it plays into tactics, so I don't know if I like playing hand traps in the deck. Onto equip spells. 3 Arabesque. You really want to open this card. This card, it bounces your opponent's monsters. And a lot of people don't know is that it can be activated as many times as you want per turn. It's just once per turn on the effect afterwards. This card has so many uses. You can equip it to your own MIKANKOs to trigger their equip effects. You can equip it to your opponent's monsters to bounce it to your hand. And I mean, the best part about this card is that you use it to get into your Huli and then make a board that's nearly unbreakable. So that's why I run 3. We want to see this in opening hand. Yep. 2 Fire Dance. I don't want to run 3. I feel like it would be too many. Fire Dance is okay to open sometimes, but you kind of need a monster in Handle Grave to make full use of it. But it's a great card for extending on turn 1. It's really good if your opponent hand traps you and you've got nothing to hit into. What you can do is you can go Fire Dance, summon your monster, summon an Ash or a Droll to your opponent's board, then you can Kaiju it and then whack into the Kaiju. So this card has a lot of good uses.
Nice.
A couple one-offs. We're on the run Mei Washidori. This is good for grind game because you can use a card where you can summon any monster from your graveyard. It's good removal because it bounces in the damage step, so your opponent can't really interact with this card very easily. So we run one of this. It's just good to search. 1 Rondo, you do not want to open this. This card sucks to open most of the time. But oh well, every deck has a brick, and this is it. Unless you have a MIKANKO on the field, this card doesn't do a lot.
Yep.
But it is good to send to the graveyard because you can use your Ohime's quick effect to target this and equip it to your opponent's monsters and just immediately gain control of it. Also about the quick effect on Ohime is that it targets the card in graveyard but not on field. So you can equip your equip spells to monsters that are untargetable. So things that are annoying to get rid of, you can use this as an out.
Yep.
We run Axifools. This is a funny card. It's just worse imperm, but in this deck it's pretty nice because, again, Ohime can target this, equip it to your opponent's monster, and negate its effects. Gives it attack as well, which is really useful.
Makes OTKing easier.
Yep. And the funniest card in the deck, Double-Edged Sword. So the interaction with this card is that it gives the monster 2000 attack, but it makes both players take the battle damage. And the thing is with Mikankos is that they reflect all of the battle damage that you would take. So this card actually reflects not once, it reflects twice because the damage you take from this card is also considered battle damage. So you equip this to any 2k body on the field, 1 Mikanko swing as OTK. Some other niche uses, you can equip this to your own Mikanko monsters and deal 4k per hit, which can come up, especially if your opponent doesn't summon anything. We run 2 Ceremony. Opening this is okay, but you don't want to see too many of it. It's good because you can use this to actually summon your Ohime because it ignores summoning conditions. We don't run the ritual spell because it sucks. And the other great thing about this card is that you can banish it from your graveyard to foolish anything. You can foolish your Maiawashidori to get its graveyard effect. You can foolish your Mikanko monster if you want to use Fire Dance to summon it to your field. You can also Foolish Rondo if you want to use it to equip to your opponent's monster. So that's all of the equip spells and Mikanko spells. Consistency cards, 3 extra. We don't care about our extra deck, so we may as well run it. 3 prep, it's just Ohime.
Search Ohime.
Some blowout cards, we've got Lightning Storm. Back row, this deck doesn't really like Floodgates and other back row, so this deals with it. You usually don't want to destroy your opponent's monsters, but it can come up sometimes. This is 2 triple tactics talent. This did not come up at all in the regional. In fact, it actually lost me a game. So I've gotten rid of it. I'm not a fan of playing it anymore.
As nice as your Ash Blossoms.
Yes. We just run 2 traps. We run Rivalry. This is the best trap. It equips any equip spell from deck. Doesn't even have to be a Mikanko equip spell. You can equip Double-Edged Sword to go for game. You can equip Rondo to snatch steal. You can equip Axifools to negate. It just does so much, and it also has the additional effect in graveyard to recur your equip spells to hand, which is really nice. And we play the 1 Spirit Walk. This is the second best one in my opinion. It burns if you control the ritual monster, which is nice, and it equips your monsters to your Mikanko cards, so it'll trigger their Mikanko trigger effects when they're equipped, and it also can deal with some pesky monsters that are annoying to get rid of.
Does the extra deck matter?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it does matter. We play 3 different attributes, so we run 5 Charmers. These 3, we've got the 3 attributes for this. These 2 are in case, Kashtira, you can steal their Kashtira monsters, link it off into Elsa, and summon Fenrir to your field. It's pretty insane. And what deck isn't dark these days? IP comes up sometimes. Nightmare Unicorn for IP. Apo and Avamax are for if you can't end the game and you want to just put something up there to keep you alive through another turn. And Boral Sword and Axis Coda for going for game when your opponent has decided to not play anything. Dampier, this is a weird card. I've never actually used this before, but it's nice because you can summon it, I guess, take your opponent's monster and make this.
So like you use Ohime and a stolen opponent's monster to...
because any opponent's monster counts as a 6 for the Xyz summon of this card, which is pretty nice, as long as it has level. And then we play Breaksword, good removal, it's 2k body, 2 3s, easy to do in this deck, and download Zeus.
Yep. Nice.
Side deck, not too much to say, but we got some spice. We've got 3 Droll just for the good Droll matchups, Pank because we had space, 3 Cosmic for back row removal, and the best card that is in my side, Secret Village of the Spellcasters. So Nini is actually a spellcaster monster. You can make use of this card. This came up so much in the regional, and everyone should run it. It's stupid. 1 Harpies, again, back removal. 3 Tikaboo, because you can run it and it just ends games. And 1 Promise. We just decided on going first. It's okay. We use it mostly to summon Nini on our opponent's turn and get that extra interruption. And that's it.
Any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to Mark and Callum for always coming with me to locals. Shout out to Monty for letting me borrow his cards. Shout out to Cullen for giving me a good game at regionals. My only loss, but it was a good game.
See? Well, congratulations.
Thank you.